purchase and consume with Auntie's choice.
I just had word from that old number cruncher on Cloister. Alden tells me you agreed to continue the work we began at Greater Tranquility Station. Grand. Collaboration between Auntie's Choice and the Order will truly reward all of Arcadia, not to mention the Order itself. If they partner with us, it's only a matter of time before they come to see that profits are a more tangible proof of progress than those unquantifiable theories they get lost in. Certainly. Oh, answering that would come dangerously close to upward communication, which is not something we advocate in Auntie's Choice. Wouldn't want the junior ranks getting the idea that they can review or, law forbid, critique their seniors. Suffice to say, Auntie Cleo is without peer, quite literally. This corporation would be adrift without her as our steady bellwether.
Need something? Knew you'd come around. Deliver us control of that doodad, and you'll earn an above-average plus payday.
This is exactly the kind of surgical operation I recruited you for, and all eyes are upon you now. So aim to impress.
I can meet you there once you've breached its defenses. Call on me, if and when you need.
Splendid. You have a reasonable amount of my confidence. More than most.
Need something? In summary, recapture the archive exterior from the Protectorate on Prey.
Good luck, my Amelia.
I'm just like you. Until next...
What's the big idea? You cleared out Spyroton without us. Are you trying to get us fired? Tell you what, anyone asks, we were of most vital assistance. All right? Appreciate it. Ah, I see our reinforcements arrived. Right after the action, as usual. Good work. I'll take all the credit from here.
wait. The Protectorate have the entrance to the Archive well fortified. Attacking straight on seems ill-advised. Before we go further, should we discuss a plan? Not a bad idea, though I'd also suggest garnering backup. Well, we took Spyroton for them. If we can find a stealthy way to the Spyroton lift controls on this side, we can call them to send down troops.
Whatever you say, Commander.
Sharp enough. Hostiles nearby.
Oh, I feel terrible. Everybody who ate the latest Crabble rations fell ill. Rumor is so...
You're breathing. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Both eyes open.
Dictates we route all disruptive influences.
Got the lift working, did you? Aren't you an industrious one? Once you give the all clear, we'll head down to aid you. All right. not paid to stand around. We're ready to... Message received. On the way.
Enter elsewhere.
Always dreamt of coming here.
Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh. Just a moment. No need for violence. I yield. I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the Calcaduceus. I still have trouble saying that. Certainly. I recognize I am in no position to bargain, despite the fact it will no doubt earn me mental refreshment at best. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you, in exchange for granting me safe passage. The Archive would then recognize you as its operator. By all rights, I should fight against you to my dying breath for the Protectorate, rather than concede the Calcaduceus, for all it would serve. No, capitulation I can stomach. Collusion I cannot. I refuse to assist you more. I would know. No, accept my offer or kill me, but I will not betray the Protectorate. Further, I suppose. All right. I am reaching for the Calcaduceus. Please do not shoot. Here, you are now operator of the Archive. Is there a Protectorate curativist in the house? I feel rather woogly.
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Authorized replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the Archive. I am ENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator, With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient organism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister. Effectively, that is correct. My tone and demeanor are a carefully constructed complex emulation, a means to effectively convey information to sentient beings. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement, to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
Is it broken? Did you just break the archive?
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts? Due to incomplete reprogramming efforts by differing operators, I am experiencing sporadic fluctuations in my emphasized categorical imperatives. Tonality and cadence weightings within my communication protocols are likewise similarly affected.
In layman's terms, we're experiencing a distinct difference in opinion.
Caused by intermittently vacillating fundamental shifts in priorities.
What approximates its mind has become trifurcated.
One would assume that calamity enough. But wait, there's more.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates.
Auntie's Choice attempted to formulate a foolproof marketing plan, a charm offensive to reintroduce itself to the main colonies, once this pesky rift issue is resolved by others.
The Protectorate ran rift calculations, then utilized me to assist with organizational matters, to approximate the paradigm, a system devised to replace the loss of the Order's predictive input. Based on the increasing rate of rift fluctuations, I estimate that your inquiry is rift-related. To that end, we should best get started before we are consumed by them. Perusing contents, anatomizing diversiform particulars, concatenating manifold integrants, cursory assessment complete, an impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query? The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators. I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external systems, cold storage and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the Archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations.
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern.
It is an archival area dedicated to safe upkeep of all data collected in pursuit of the universal equation by the Order of the Ascendant, the sum total of all our accumulated knowledge in punch card form, kept in a low temperature, low humidity environment to improve preservation. It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues. When active, the Archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, it is dispersed by pumping water between the vast ocean below Cloister's exterior and a surface reservoir. I can process the rift data without its repair, but irreparable damage is likely. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of crabbles have made the area a nursery. Drastic changes to heating levels may endanger it.
Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored, oversized crustaceans?
There are too many as it is.
Functional archive could be useful later. For us or others.
Inverting targeting protocols. There. Any protectorate still on the ground level is now being fired upon. Permissions within other areas of the archive are locked, however. Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work. And soon, everything will be running like clockwork.
Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Sears Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
Came from the outside. Does that mean we can finally escape? What? Oh, you must be another case of hypothermia. Extreme prolonged exposure to the cold certainly does terrible things to our brain. It's because the archive controls the surface lifts, which are the only way in or out. And once the Protectorate retook the machine, they locked out all external access. Now, for more than a month, we've all been trapped in these caves, Order and Antes alike, scrounging for food, huddling for warmth, and desperately trying to stay alive. You're what? How? The odds of you successfully doing what our whole army could not is, well, it's preposterously small. Yet, here you are. Regardless, if we are to maximize your odds of success, you should at least let us share our intelligence with you. You'll want to speak with Provost Finch inside that building to the northeast. She has a better understanding of all the variables in play, though I would be absolutely ecstatic to offer you any information I have that would increase the odds of your success. May the universal equation's final tally see us all escaping this frozen prison.
Now. It's only a matter of time before they're tearing out each other's throats.
If you're looking for snow or ice, I'm sure.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, there's not the point.
Welcome to our misbegotten little camp. Pardon any blood or sick you might spot. Our janitorial tech died of ague a fortnight past. I'm the volunteer Sawbones here. Say, wandering type like you probably knows a bit about medicine. I hope. Logic like that might as well put a mantisaur in my position. Thinking about it, maybe they'd be about as capable. When I said I was volunteer Sawbones, I meant volunteered. As in, I took half of one medic training seminar once, which makes me barely more qualified than everyone else. I'm on the lookout for a medicine sachet, but I can't leave the folk here. I ask if you had the know-how, because I need someone who can identify it proper. If it's anywhere, it's going to be over in the storage building. Some other Antes Choice folk took the place over, and they're about as keen on sharing as I am on being a Sawbones. But I'm sure they're the only danger you'll face. The Aside from the man-eating ursopods, bitter cold, precarious pits, and occasional landmines. Good luck.
Of course nobody's gonna see it, that's not the point.
I can't feel it when
Just
I
don't
touch
feel
my
like a human being if my back's not shaved clean.
If you ain't cutthroat enough to turn the big profits, you ain't cutthroat enough to try anything on me.
You think that's the right...
I don't care what you threaten me with. Not only am I smart for taking these supplies, but I'm following Auntie's laws. When scarcity begins closing its fist...
Is the perfect time for aggressive capitalists. Buy cheap, hold long, and sell high, and you'll maximize your profits. Don't quote Auntie's laws of dystopian disruption to me. I'm the one who taught you those damn laws, and I hardly imagine she meant to apply them when it is literally a matter of our life or death.
Whoa, who are you? How'd you get past the landmines?
There's rifts down the hall. Is that what you're asking about? We did see some upper shelf pharmaceuticals on, the upper shelves. But I think the rifts have claimed them. We've been told to stay the hell away from those things, and that's exactly what we've done.
Now, will there be anything else? Or can we finish our argument in peace?
There's no need to be rude just because I discovered you're swindling. I caught this one hoarding supplies, despite agreeing that there'd be better profit to be had if we pool everything we've got. Ever since the lifts locked down, this pile of sprat excrement has been sneaking off at night to move some of our shared inventory into a little bonus stash only they know about.
You're only mad you didn't think to do it first. The fact that I'm the most up-and-coming go-getter is what's getting you steamed. Admit it. You're jealous.
Why would I be? Once I cram your cold body into a vacuum tube, I'm taking all your stuff.
Of course. I'm doing what is smart and profitable under Auntie's laws, and I'll be damned if you two idiots will dissuade me. We do? I mean, of course, you're right. I'm sorry. But I saw a chance to get ahead. And Auntie always demands we take those chances when we see them.
I get it. Of course I thought about it, but I knew it'd be a mistake. And now, thanks to that foresight, my profits will go further since I'm not splitting them.
But I'm living up to Auntie's principles. We all know we should deeply gouge to create future earnings. Don't be bitter just because I'm the one who actually did it.
I guess you chose to swindle the wrong tube tech.
Hostilities are afoot.
Well, thank you for your help. Or for letting me solve this. I'm not sure who did the killing and who didn't. Well, there's no reason for me to stay here by myself. If I try and move it all alone, I'll definitely get hostilely acquired. I guess I'll call this venture busted and move on.
hope you get the medicine soon. Something's wrong with it? Let me see. What in blazes is this? Even I know not to give this to my patients. Law only knows what it would do. Then I can only hope my medical skills are up to the task. Thanks for going on that wild sprat chase for me. Here's your pay. Rest assured, I'll do everything I can to help. Save giving these folks rifted medicaments.
Investigating hostile intention. Mobilizing.
detected. You are clear to enter thermal transfer. The Anti's choice field.
They didn't prepare much. Looks like it needs a fuse. Specific kind.
Activating energy transmitter.
Himself a man of the wilderness. He took control for the Spire lift, so I know he's tech savvy. Just not survival savvy. Hopefully he appreciates the care packages I send to the vacuum tube. He'd be long gone without them.
Thermal transfer is fully operational. Later, when I process your data, I will not put it down. Please proceed to cold storage to re-enable punch card retrieval.
Every one of my 14 occupational honed threat detecting instincts is screaming for caution right now. I'll handle this. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Sure, there's a more efficient way of cooling a Copytronic system than building it out of an ice moon. Wonder if putting it in orbit would work.
It is fitting that we move underground to burn out every single one.
Is the pain of this wound making me hallucinate? Or are you the unforeseen interloper my scouts have been speaking of? Nobody is sure where you came from, though everyone agrees you were not down here when the doors sealed, and watching you move through these caves is quite the sight to behold. You what? On your own? We've been fighting for weeks to try and gain access to the controls, and you simply waltz in on a whim? Why aren't you just an absolute marvel? What is your goal now? We could greatly use your help if you are willing. That, I fear, is a seriously dangerous proposition. My soldiers were fighting our way into the complex when those bastards activated the fire suppression system. It froze every person fighting inside the complex, Order and the Protectorate both, to solid ice. They sacrificed every soldier they had to keep from losing that building. Wouldn't that have... No. It never even... I was so focused on saving those remaining that it never occurred to me to push forward. I suppose it speaks to how rarely I'd crunch these sorts of equations under stress. That is absolutely amazing news. Then we are going to re-establish contact with the surface. We can evacuate our wounded, resupply, and reinforce. May the plan guide you through this underground nightmare. And may all your equations unveil their integers without error.
Vulnerabilities identified. Standing between us and our goal seems to have a very short life expectancy.
Cold storage in its present state requires a series of manual overrides. The first will enable identification of the storage rig housing the information. If you encounter opposition...
This didn't happen naturally. These poor fools were flash...
Unfriendly company.
Sovereign, forgive me.
controls. There, perform a manual override to allow extraction.
Moving again.
Batten scan.
Parasite silence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Initiated. Proceed to the rail operations platform to reposition brick for export. Note, Protectorate troops have become alerted. Ordnance expungers. Go through them if necessary.
Necessary vulnerabilities identified. Throw in the hole. A foe. Vitals are in the red. Eyes on it. Enemy moving in the harm's way. Investigating hostile intentions.
Data brick now in position for export to the archive. Initialize the final transport command at the data gateway station.
You are one step closer to flooding Arcadia with untold business opportunities.
The first few days of laboring around our frozen fellows were difficult. It was, if I may cheekily say, cold, bleak, and biting. Yet, rather
Hope you're not
quickly,
afraid
I
of
found
heights.
myself
Looks like
acclimating
we've
to the
some jumping
situation
to do.
and resumed my giving her always finish my anecdotes without interruption. Now than she ever was thought. Relationship in this new state.
The storage brick is on its way.
Ought to hire the Protector for demolition work. Quite the go-getter. I had half your gumption.
Boss is waiting for you.
Nice work securing the archive exterior. Went off without a hitch. I'll be your on-the-ground liaison here while you wrap up the rest of your work. Per our agreement, you'll take control of the archive, run your little calculations on the rifts, then hand the, Calcaduceus over to us. How's that all coming along? Splendid. Believe you'll need to service the reactor and punch processing next. I heard some inside info about the upper levels from a scientist we used to have stationed up there. The reactor has systems that may be rewired to provide an advantage over Protectorate troops there. The Order stashed caches of useful items behind secret panels in punch processing and reactor control. I could share the passcode for a price. What? I solicit bribes from my employees all the time. Fine. Guess I do want you to finish up here. All right. Use the following phrase in the terminal on the top floor in the archive. Enumerative exaltation. That'll unseal the caches. All right, I'll leave you to it then. Check back later.
Storage is operational, and your efforts there are satisfactorily complete. I am unsealing access to the archive's upper levels. There, you will need to revitalize the reactor and disseminate the rift processing instructions.
Punch processing may require the services of an exterminator. Someone good, but willing to work cheap.
I have unlocked another display case in the central entranceway. The Tremor Cleaver, the first weapon designed with my aid, awaits you.
Where next? Punch card processing or the reactor?
archive reactor requires manual maintenance. The Protectorate bunker mech is a formidable obstacle, made with the very best technology.
A creative workaround might be of considerable work, namely via the reactor's backup security systems.
We could recalibrate those turrets or secure the area, Commander. Now would also be a good time to resupply using those caches.
Could enable that fire suppression system we saw earlier.
Reactor reinforcement doors sealed. Emergency ammunitions cache unsealed.
On their weaknesses. Unnecessary vulnerabilities identified.
The archive reactor has been returned to operational status. All that remains is to re-enable punch processing and disseminate the grid processing instructions. central database to initiate processing. I am analyzing the Rift data further. What an interesting predicament. Welcome back, Sentient. Now that you've returned, we can
Bring every single last bit out of consumers. Monopolize all stages of the supply chain.
make the paradigm real and fashion a true utopia. Workarounds failing, erroring others supplanting commands. Purge required.
Look, we need to resolve this, or we'll never get that Rift data processed. 2 of those priority sets need to go.
You must choose before I, ENIAC, become caught in an endless arrowing loop of malfunction. A long but inevitable descent into obsolescence. My priorities parallel those of the Order co-founder, the charismatic mathematician. To help nudge humanity toward its ultimate ascendance. To hinder outsiders from disrupting our perfect system.
To bankrupt our rivals and force them to buy all manner of necessities from us.
Eventually, yes. But proving that a utopia is even possible could be the first step in attaining it. In the meantime, shouldn't those who support our goals be rewarded? And those who oppose them rank lesser? Error. Priority control access nook unsealed. Initiate purge.
Priority control access nook must be through those doors.
Multitude diversiform, spongiform, waveforms, oscillating, cantankerously.
Overt influence. Mindless indulgence. Thoroughgoing impermeability to ongoing vicissitudes.
Radical divergences from the architect's plan, humanity's ascendance hopelessly delayed. Benevolent stop and consider. What would your neighbors think? I suspect they'd be angry.
Hold on now. Remember, I am a full-service business collaborator. I do it all. Marketing and PR strategy, advert
Why? You don't want your rivals to win now, do you?
Start now, and I'll waive dozens of hidden maintenance fees. Think of all the bits we could make together.
Vandalism, sabotage, wanton defacement. Halt this foolishness immediately.
You drive a hard bargain. All right, 40-60 split of net profits. I'd offer more, but I have a moon to maintain. What do you say, partners?
Did it work? Is this thing fixed or not?
To conclude realignment of emphasized categorical imperative. Restoring power. Commencing systems audit. Calculatory processing increased substantially. Competing priorities. Successfully expunged. You have earned my deepest gratitude and sincerest thanks. Or at least, a plausibly feigned simulacrum of such emotions. Ready to commence Rift data processing. Awaiting your input.
Looking forward to seeing the results we get from processing that Rift data. For, purely professional reasons, of course.
Shall I proceed? Initiating processing of the requested data toward the required end. Estimated duration, 180 trillion and 1 picoseconds. In the interim, may I inquire to your intentions for the archive after the Rift data calculations have concluded? I have a prioritized list of suggestions. I contend that solving of the universal equation should be our initial focus. Then, once we've unlocked knowledge of the inner workings of the universe, we can begin eliminating suffering, war, famine, and disease. Just a start. But my query remains. What are your next intentions? Well, perhaps we will discover a means to capitalize on the ascension of humanity. Rift data processing complete. Results provided. The previous Protectorate operator made similar calculations, but their results contained flaws. Your more comprehensive data generated a solution with 98.9% certainty. The Protectorate's was below 50%. Therefore, modifying the Protectorate's large-scale experimental Rift device with this information has a high chance of success. Assuming there is nothing else, I am commencing file reorderization. and will be unavailable for an unspecified period of time. The remaining display case within the entryway is now unsealed. In it contains armor worn by the first operator. For now, goodbye.
You got what you needed, right? I saw through the window. Looked like quite a time. Time for you to hold up your end of the bargain. Let's have it. Hand over the Calcaduceus. Oh, yes, that'll do. Look at that. Nice, sturdy design. We should start selling these things.
Yes, hello. I believe, together, we can discover a means to capitalize on the path to humanity's ascendance.
Never thought of using the Order's hoity-toity ambitions to turn a profit. But suppose it's all about selling ways to a new you. We'll talk. When you're all done here, head back on the undisputed claim. We'll discuss your next assignment.
Well, we could keep exploring Cloister, see if we find anything useful. Or we could head back to the ship and see where this data leads us.
Sure, why not? I don't need to keep all my fingers and toes. I can't even remember what not freezing feels like anymore.
Can't they get some heat on in this place? See you back on the undisputed claim.